Hi, welcome to FitBuzz Pilates. So I'm going to do for you today a beginner's workout. It's going to be around about half an hour. I'm going to include some explanations of good posture, of some of the principles of Pilates, how to strengthen and how to engage our core, and the importance of being kind of in control of our bodies and the way they move, and the connection between the mind and the body. So we don't always move our body in the optimal way when we're not thinking about it, but Pilates will help us to do that. We're also going to work on strengthening the whole body so we can support the spine. So we'll get started by talking about posture. So you're going to stand up nice and tall. Ideally, it's great to practice this in front of a mirror if you can. You're going to take your feet hip width apart, give them a little bit of space, and you're going to just rock backwards and forwards a bit there. I'm going to turn a bit sideways so you can see. So rocking backwards and forwards a little bit on the feet, and then settle with an equal amount of weight between the front and the back of the feet. We're then going to think about the knees. You're going to soften them a little bit when we stand. We don't want to lock the knees right back. We want to soften the knees. Now we're going to think about the position of the pelvis. Often people are very stiff in the muscles around the hips and the pelvis, and it makes it difficult for us to control the position of our spine. So I want you to visualize a bucket of water. Your pelvis is a bucket of water. So you're going to hold your bucket here, and you're going to tip it forward, sticking your bottom out a bit, and then you're going to tip it back, tucking your tailbone right under. Visualize that water spilling out the front and spilling out the back as you tip that pelvis forwards and back. What we want to achieve is what's called neutral spine. So you're not standing like J-Lo with the bum sticking out, and you're not tucked right under either. You've got that halfway point. So you've got that natural curve in your lower back. Okay, so from here, keeping that natural curve where you're not spilling the water out the front or back of your bucket, I want you to think about your core muscles. Your core muscles act like a corset around the middle. So you're going to tighten up that corset internally. Imagine that you can pull your hip bones together, these knobbly hip bones here. Zip them up, try and pull them together. Imagine almost you've got a drawstring here and you're pulling those muscles together. So you're going to feel quite strong across the middle, supported. Now, I only want you to do it a maximum about 30 to 40% of your maximum, so you can still breathe. You've got those muscles switched on, but you're not braced and struggling. You're still able to breathe. So keep those muscles switched on with that neutral spine position. We want to check the shoulder position here now, making sure that we haven't got them too far forwards or too far back. So you want to get the shoulders just engaged slightly back and let the arms hang loosely. Lovely. Now, the neck. You want to lengthen the neck from the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, drawing up a little bit taller. Perhaps try and stand taller than you have all day, making yourself super tall, drawing up. Keeping those tummy muscles engaged now, we're going to bring some movements. We're going to try and get some of the joints moving, but keep that gentle engagement through here. Keep that neutral spine posture. All we're going to do is sweep the arms up the side here. Big sweep up, take a big breath in as you do it, and sweep them down. And again, take a big breath in and down. Have you let go of the tummy muscles? Possibly. So try and switch them on again. Big inhale. And down. Lovely. Now we're going to start to circle the arms. And same thing again. Try and keep that neutral. Don't allow that back to start arching or moving. Don't stick the chest out. Keep it in line. Circling those arms evenly. Now let's change direction with the arms. Other way. Circling round. Good. And you'll probably notice some crunching in the shoulders. Last one. Good. Now we're going to bring our arms and stack them on top of each other here. Keep them level. The elbows, the wrists and shoulders level with each other. And you're going to spine twist. You're going to really try hard to keep your hips pointing forwards. Those knobbly hip bones we were talking about earlier here at the front, keep them pointing forwards. Imagine they're like car headlights and they're just shining forwards, and they're not going to sweep round across the room. They're just going to stay pointing forwards. Now turn your head as well, so we get a bit of warmth in the neck, a bit of a warm up. Can you take it a bit further for the last couple of these? Lovely, come back to the center. Now let's relax the arms down. We're just going to slide down the side of the body, trying to reach the top of your knee. Let the other arm come up. That's it. Let's go over to the other side. Slide down, come up. Lovely. Here we're opening up the sides of the body. We're supporting the spine here in the movement by keeping those abdominals, those core muscles engaged we were talking about earlier. That's it. If you want to add a bit more, you can take this arm over, feeling that stretch. Oh, lovely. And get the breath going as well. Big breath in here. Lovely. Let's go one more each side. So we're just getting moving. Great. Now you're going to bring your hands to the front of your thighs. You're going to keep that tailbone tucked under. You're not going to stick it out. You're going to keep it tucked in. Keep those abdominals engaged. Bring your chin to your chest and you're going to slide your hands down the front of your thighs. You're going to gradually start to roll a little bit further down from the top of the back. Keep that bottom tucked in. Don't stick it out. Just going as far as your knees, holding on to the thighs. Bend the knees a bit more so you're rounded here. Feels a bit odd. This feels a bit more odd because you're going to flatten your back now and stick your bottom out behind you. That's it. Now round up again, arching right up, try and hollow right through the tummy. Bring the tummy right back into the spine. Round the head, tuck the tailbone. Now lift the head, just looking forwards a little bit, lift the tailbone as well. So we're doing what's called standing cat stretch. Rounding up the spine. This is beautiful to do first thing in the morning. To be fair, it feels good all day actually to do this one. It just looks a bit odd. Rounding up. Now this next one we're going to come and roll all the way down. So slide your hands a bit further down your shins. You might not be able to get as far as this, that's okay. You can stay holding your legs if your back is hurting at all or feeling it's still stiff, or you can let go and let the arms hang down, perhaps even hold on to the opposite elbow. Now give the knees a wriggle. Let the head hang. You could even rock a little bit side to side. Now you'll notice here all the back of your body loosening up, lengthening. Keep breathing. Lovely. Now releasing the hands. You can either put them back on the legs if you feel you need it to help you slide back up, or you can let them hang. Restacking. The head is the last thing to come up. It's important not to rush that roll up too much. We're going to go down again. And again, let the arms come forwards a little bit there. Bring your weight forwards onto the balls of the feet. Keep that tailbone tucked under though. The knees are soft. We're going down again. You can keep your hands on your legs, remember, if you need. Good. Rolling down and rolling up. Keep that tummy tight. Keep breathing. I always remind people to keep breathing because when we concentrate, we forget. And there's a lot to concentrate on in Pilates. Rolling down again. Keep that weight slightly forwards onto the toes. That's it. Rolling down, releasing the back of the legs. You can do those little wriggles of the knees if you like, or nod the head. Let's come up again. Feel free to practice some more of those. You can put this on pause and practice some more of those if you like. Okay, just take the shoulders back. Let's take a big stretch up. Lovely. And over to one side, just holding that stretch to one side. And the other over. Keep breathing. Lovely. Now, we're going to practice some squats. So let's take the feet to hip width apart. Just very slightly turn the toes out, just a little bit, not too much. Now with squats, we're strengthening the legs and the glutes, which help us to support the spine and the core muscles. So with the squats, I think it helps to take the hands forwards as you squat down. I'll show you slightly from the side. Keep those heels pressed into the floor. Don't let the heels come off the floor. And the key here is to keep the bum down and the chest up. A lot of people try to do squats bringing the chest right down, but you've actually got to bend the knees, so coming nice and low. Might notice the knees crackling a bit, that's okay. Try not to let the knees knock together or roll out. We want nice quality squats. Pilates is all about quality movements. We're doing things slowly, we're working with our breath. And we're trying to be as precise as we can to strengthen under control. Let's go for 2 more squats. And again, if you want to do some more, just pause, do some more and carry on. Lovely, let's push up, shake out those legs. You'll probably feel a little bit warmer now, that's good. Now let's take the legs, take them a bit wider, turn the toes and knees out. We're going to do some squats here wider. We're going to sweep the arms down and sweep them up as we come up. Take the knees out, keep the feet flat and the chest up. Inhale here, exhale, inhale and exhale. That's brilliant. Inhale. Now we're going to hold the next one down. We're going to come down here. We'll bring the arms forwards and you're going to see if you can lift one heel, then the other one. Keep those knees pushing back. Alternate lifting the heels. Ooh, feeling the burning in the thighs. Good, 2 more. Brilliant, and push yourself up, shake out the legs. We're going to do that one more time. Sweep squats, coming up, inhale. Good, and down. And up, squeeze. And down, so squeezing the glutes when you come up. The glutes, your bottom muscles. Squeeze. One more. Lovely, and let's hold down here. Hold, bring those arms forward. You can adjust the feet if you need to, but stay low. Lift one heel. And the other one. Go on, you've got this. That's it, staying low. Keep those tummy muscles engaged, the back straight. Can we do 2 more? 1 more each side. Woo. Well done. Oh, well done. Give those legs a good shake out. Now we're going to start to come down to the mat a little bit. We're not just going to plonk ourselves down there though. We're going to roll down and walk ourselves out in a little sequence. So we know how to roll down. We've done that. Take the feet hip width apart, tailbone tucked under, tummy tight. Weight forwards a little bit and roll chin to chest. Down we go, 1 vertebra at a time. That's it, hang for a moment, wriggle the knees, and we'll walk the hands forwards, or you can put the knees down if you need to, yeah, that's okay. And bring yourself onto your hands and knees. So when you're on your hands and knees, before you do anything, you want to make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders here. They're not too far forwards or too far back or too close together. Wrists under the shoulders, knees are under your hips. So the thigh there is vertical. It's not too far back or too far forwards. You've also got a little bit of space between your thighs. We're also going to visualize a tray of drinks balancing on your back. Now, what I often talk about in my classes is trays of Prosecco, a whole tray of Prosecco balancing on the back. So you're not going to let them dip, you're not going to let them round. You're going to try and flatten that back and visualize that tray of drinks balancing on the back. Bring your head in line so it's neither hanging down nor lifted right up. You're looking forwards towards the top of your mat here, lengthening the back of your neck. All we're going to do here is start to try and engage those core muscles from before. So zipping up those tummy muscles, trying to pull those hip bones closer together. You're just going to try and lift one hand off the floor. Don't let anything else move. Bring it down again. Lift the other hand off the floor. So we're just alternating, lifting one hand then the other. Don't let anything sway or move. Keep those Prosecco glasses or whatever you're drinking from spilling. Can we take it a step further and touch the opposite shoulder? Now this looks straightforward enough, but when you're really thinking about not letting the rest of your body move, you should feel that tension in the abdominals, keeping everything steady. Last 2. We're going to do a very similar move here. If you need to sit back and circle your wrists, please feel free to do so, then come back to this position. The next move we're going to do, we're going to take one leg and slide it out behind us. And the same thing, not let anything else move. Slide it back in, try and get it back in the same little indent in your mat that it was in. Alternate leg slides. Imagine you're drawing a line in the sand behind you, drawing that leg out and in again. Don't spill your drinks. Let's make it a bit harder. So slide the leg and then lift it. Squeeze in the glutes, slide it back in and put it down. Now don't try and lift it any higher than your hip. I often see people lifting the leg way up here and look what happens. My opposite arm started to bend and my back has twisted. Yeah, so only as high as the hip and back in again. Lift and hold for a breath or two. And in, that's it. And the other one. Great one to practice this to get your stability. Lovely. Let's do one more leg. And then you can take another rest if you need to, circling the wrists. And then we're going to make it a bit harder. So slide the leg and see if you can take the opposite arm out as well. And you're going to hold that for a moment. Look at that alignment, reaching from one side of the room to the other. Slide the arm and leg back in. Nothing should have to move at all. Slide opposite arm and leg and hold. Long neck, steady breath. Slide back in. And again, don't spill your drinks. And in. If that's too much for you, just stick with the leg, sliding the leg until you feel ready to add the opposite arm. Let's do one more each side. Sliding out and hold, breathing away, hold a bit longer. And bring it back in. And the last one, sliding out, hold and breathe. And bring it back in. Okay, let's sit back and circle our wrists. Well done. So you will have felt the tummy muscles working there, definitely. Now we're going to work on a little bit more mobilization for the spine. So we did cat stretch and cow standing up, cat and cow standing. We're going to do them kneeling now. So same thing, hands and knees. We're going to round the upper back, lower the head, and then flatten out, and then lift the tailbone and the face. Keep the shoulders relaxed down, away from your ears, rounding up, tuck the tailbone under, and then lift the face, all the while keeping those tummy muscles pulled in towards the spine. Sounds awful, but try not to let your tummy hang towards the floor. Try and keep it right up towards your spine. Last one of each. Lovely. Now we're going to work on a little bit of strength for the arms. We're going to do tricep press-ups. Do have a look at this first before you try it yourself. You're going to take your knees a little bit further back. I'm going to show you a kind of intermediate level, and then I'll show you how to make it easier. Your fingertips are pointing forwards, and you're going to see if you can bend your arms, keeping them close to the body, and bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Push up off the arms and lift yourself up. And then you're going to press yourself back, but keep your hands exactly where they are, stretching the back there, lovely. And then bring yourself forwards and slowly press down. That's called a tricep press. Now, if you want to make that a little bit easier for yourself, you're going to bring your knees back in to that all fours position, and you're going to bend the arms like so. Pointing the elbows back towards the knees, and then you can sit back in child's. Tricep press. So we're feeling at the back of the upper arms. Press back. Just do what you can. Stick with that intermediate level, trying to get your chest all the way to the floor, or stick with the beginner's level here. Maybe let's try and finish with 3 tricep press-ups in a row. Great, well done. Sit back, circle the wrists. If you want to do more, of course, you can pause and do some more of those. Now we're going to work on strengthening the glutes, the bum muscles. Now often people have quite weak glutes and a weak core, and that really does contribute to a lot of lower back pain and weakness. So if we can strengthen up the core and the glutes, we're supporting from behind and in front, okay? It's also important to support and strengthen the lower back muscles. So we'll come to that in a few minutes. We're going to work on glutes first of all. Now you can come to hands and knees again, but if your wrists are bothering you a little bit at this stage, feel free to pop your forearms down so you're like this. You can do the exercise here. I'm going to show you here because this is a bit better way to do it, but feel free to come to the forearms if you need. You're going to lift one leg up behind you, slide it out. Keep everything level, tummy tight. Lift the leg and bend the knee. Now flex the foot. Point the heel up towards the ceiling. If you're not sure where your leg is behind you, just take a little look and just check, because you're going to be pushing that heel up towards the ceiling, squeezing and releasing the glutes there, the bum muscles. So bring yourself back in alignment once you're pretty sure what that leg is doing, and you're going to feel squeeze, release, that's it, of that leg. Keep making sure that heel is pushing up towards the ceiling. Let's go all the way down with the knee and all the way up with the heel. Keep both arms straight and your neck long. Keep breathing. Good. So here we're isolating those glutes muscles, strengthening them up. Let's go for 3 more pulses here. All the way down, all the way up. 2 more, all the way down, all the way up. And 1 more. Brilliant. Bring that leg down. Whew. Circle the wrists. We'll do the same on the other side now. So come to your position, either on your forearms or your hands. Take the other leg up behind you. Just check the heel is flexed and pointing up towards the ceiling. And you're going to squeeze the glutes there. So again, it's quite helpful to have a mirror, but you don't want to spend the whole time with your head turned to the side. You want to make sure you've got that nice alignment with the neck. Little squeezes up towards the ceiling there with the heel. Good. Let's come all the way down now and all the way up. You might feel your hamstrings trying to help you. They are the muscles behind the thigh. That's okay, but really here we want to target the glutes themselves. So try and switch those muscles on and off consciously. Lovely. Let's pulse again. 3 more pulses. And then down and up. Down and up. And 1 more. Woo! Well done. We will have a little bit of a stretch of those later. Now we're going to come and lay right down on our fronts now for some exercises on our fronts to try and strengthen the lower back and the upper back. So come all the way down onto your tummy. If you need a block here or a cushion or something, you can put it underneath your forehead so you've got space to breathe. Or if you feel all right to do so, bring your forehead down onto the mat. I'm just going to lift mine up so you can hear me a bit better, but I'd like you to keep your forehead resting down if you can. Your arms are out in cactus or surrender position here, 90-degree bend with the arms and legs. And you're going to squeeze the muscles between the shoulder blades to try and lift your arms. But before you do that, lengthen the legs away a bit more so they're long. Tuck the tailbone down towards the heels. Try and pull your belly button up off the floor. I know you can't get your belly off the floor, but try and feel that engagement, your belly button up towards the spine. Inhale now and try and lift just your arms off the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades. And exhale and put them down again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go for 2 more. So we're retracting the shoulder blades, so lift them back. Lovely, rest them down. I want you to imagine now at this point the floor is made of ice and you're going to lift the chest but not the arms. So inhale, keep that belly button pulled in and inhale and float up the chest, only looking forwards towards the front of the mat here. And exhale and come down again. Inhale and up. Exhale and down. Now keep those hands really lightly on the floor, but if you press too hard, you'll crack the ice. Keep the feet on the floor because we want to use the lower back muscles here, not the glutes. Now, can we try and lift the arms as well? Squeeze, lift, breathe. Exhale and down. Inhale and up. Exhale and down. Let's go for 2 more. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Well done. That's called swan dive, top half, and it really does strengthen the back. Now it's really nice to stretch it out. So place the hands flat either side of the ribs here, and you're going to push yourself up and back into what's called child's pose. Take your knees wide and bring your toes together, and you're going to press your bottom back onto your heels, stretching your arms out. Just get your bottom back as far as you can. Try and bring your forehead to the floor. Stretch away through those arms. And walk the hands over to one side, keeping your head between your arms. Walk back through the centre and over to the other side, feeling that stretch in the lower back at the sides. Lovely, bring your head back to the centre. Now we're going to bring ourselves up and turn over onto our backs. A couple of exercises here to finish up on our backs. Roll yourself down. I'm going to do some ab curls. So with ab curls here, it does strengthen your core, but it also strengthens the muscles that sit above your core muscles. They're more your six-pack muscles. You're going to bring your hands behind your head here just to support the neck. Feet are flat. Inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, pull the tummy in first to curl up. And then coming down. So we're ab curling. We're not trying to crunch and push the tummy muscles up. We're trying to pull them down. So we want long, flat tummy muscles and down. If you feel you want to, you can curl up, hold, breathe, tap. Keep breathing, tap, and come down again. Curl up, hold, breathe, tap, and come down again. Let's go again. Squeeze. You might feel those tummy muscles trembling. That's good. It means they're working. Let's go one more. Tap and come down again. Good. Okay. Next, we're going to work a little bit on the lower abdominal muscles. So you're going to float the legs up in the air, and you're going to try and squeeze those lower abdominals to try and peel your bottom off the floor. You might not be able to get your bottom particularly far off the floor, but you want to squeeze the muscles below the belly button just to try there. So even if it's just a little bit, even if you're just there, that's all right, you're using the right muscles. What we want to avoid is swinging the legs to lift the bottom. If you're just swinging your legs forwards and back, you're not going to be working the right muscles. So really try and think about perhaps pushing through the heels to lift the bottom off the floor. Good, let's try to go for 5 more perhaps. Good, last 3. 2 and 1. Well done. Bring those legs down carefully. Now, with your feet flat and your knees pointing upwards, you're going to tilt your pelvis forwards and back. I'm just going to lift my arms up. I want you to keep your arms by your sides. I'm going to lift my arms up so you can see a little bit better. When I tilt forwards, my lower back is arched off the floor. When I tilt towards my pelvis towards me, my back is pressed into the floor. So I want you to practice rolling the hips forwards and back, so getting that arch and then the flat back. And then we need to find halfway. So we've got just a tiny bit of fresh air under the lower back. You could just about put your fingertips under here. Don't need to get them all the way together, but just under without it being pressed. Now that's your neutral spine while you're laying down. Zip the tummy muscles in here. Imagine almost just zipping up your skinny jeans. So you want to feel that strength through the midsection here to control the position. With the arms relaxed, all you're going to do is take the pressure off one of your feet. Nothing else is going to move. Your spine isn't going to tip or move. And then you're going to float that leg up to this position here, tabletop or coffee table position, I like to call it, a 90-degree bend in the knee and the hip. Then float it back down again. Same on the other side. Peel that foot slowly off the floor. Don't let anything in the middle here move. Again, we're working on that stability. Single leg raises. Hold and breathe. And down again. Don't let that back arch. Again, it looks so simple, doesn't it? But if we're concentrating, we should feel that engagement in the middle here. We're going to make this a bit harder. Last one here. Good. Now, in order to make this a bit easier for ourselves, we're going to tilt the pelvis towards us and press that lower back into the mat. Then you're going to zip the tummy muscles again, and you're going to float one leg up, keeping that lower back pressed to the mat. Float the other leg up as well. So you've got both legs bent in coffee table position. Hold, breathe, flex the feet. Keep holding, keep breathing here. Keep that lower back on the floor as you start to lower one heel down towards the floor and lift up again. And the other one, lower down and lift up again. That's it, keep breathing. Now here's the challenge, you've really got to keep that back on the floor and you've got to keep breathing. Don't be tempted to go faster, keep it slow, keep it controlled. We're going to go for 4 more. We're going to have a nice stretch after this. Good, last one coming up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And you're going to come down carefully, one foot then the other. Don't let that back arch. Lovely, now you can relax everything. Full body stretch. We're going to stretch to finish up our glutes and our hamstrings. So again, leg muscles, bottom muscles. And these are the ones that when you learn how to stretch them, it really does help to relieve lower back pain if you do struggle with that a little bit. So bend the knees up. You're going to take one ankle across the opposite knee like this. Push the knee out. Then you're going to lift that foot away off the floor. Reach through the legs and around the back of the thigh and hold on and pull in towards you. Try and keep the head and shoulders on the floor. Pull in a bit more. Now I quite like to add a little rock from side to side here. If you find that that works for you, then you do that too. And you'll feel that stretch. The nearest leg to you, feel that stretch in the bum cheek. Good, let's release and do the same stretch on the other side. So ankle over the knee, lift the leg, hug round the back of the thigh, pull in towards you, hold, breathe, and take a little rock. Lovely, now that's the glutes stretched. Let's do the hamstrings. Pull the leg towards you. Now you might find it easiest to hold on around the back of the thigh here, or if you're a bit more flexible, see if you can hold on around the back of the calf. But what tends to happen if you hold around the knee is the knee bends and then we don't get the right sort of muscle stretch, and we want to feel the stretch here in the hamstrings. So wherever you're holding, pull that leg towards you. You can relax the foot and you've got the option to slide the other leg out. Just an option. If you prefer to keep it bent, then do. What we need to make sure of is that we're keeping the bottom on the floor. Don't let your tailbone lift up off the floor. In fact, try and point it down towards the end of the mat. If you get a weird tremble in the leg, then just release it and gently draw it in again. Let's release that leg down. Final thing here, hamstrings. On the second leg, pull that leg in towards you. Don't let the bottom come up like this. You're only going to be cheating yourself. Try and keep your bottom on the mat and draw in towards you. That's it, draw in a bit more. You've got the option there, of course, to slide that leg away if you wish. Relax the foot. Keep holding wherever you're holding, here or here. Draw in a bit more. And slowly release into a full body stretch. Arms up above your head, legs stretched out. Take a big breath in and out, and again, and out, and one more time. That's you done. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and get in touch if you'd like to know any more about joining the classes. Thanks very much. Bye.